Thanks for tuning in and spending a little time with us. When is it going to end? Another round or two or more of showers and thunderstorms, picking up more rainfall in a short period of time. So far in the viewing area, we've been pretty fortunate with the flash flooding. I don't know how much longer we can hold that note. And in fact, in your forecast, well, it's been changed. Been telling you about a few days starting Sunday, Monday-ish of next week. How we're going to see temperatures in the 90s for a few days on end, humidity levels going up, and a lot of clear, sunshine-filled skies, dry conditions across the board. Temperatures now have ebbed back a little bit on that forecast, and the chance of showers and thunderstorms on those same days has increased, and they're across the board for the entire forecast period. I've got some changes coming your way. Get used to them is all I can say at this point. Headlines tonight include growth at the University of Pikeville that has been duly noted. A rock truck accident in Magoffin County last evening has broken the driver's back. I'll take you to the scene, tell you what I know at this time. And it's time to talk football. Now, the coverage that I'll get tomorrow night during the game when we get to talk to some players and some fans, hopefully, and get in on all the action and the excitement and the adrenaline, well, it's going to paint a better picture. But tonight, I've got some information I need to relay about how to get into the new facility, where to park, and all the temporary arrangements that they're making. And we'll talk to head coach Scotty McCoy as well. And 26 months was how long they had to wait before they could break ground on the new church. Took a little tour of St. Luke's earlier today, talking about how far they've come and just about how much time they have left to go on their construction project and rebuilding and recovery from the tornado. And that will just about fill in all of the show, with the exception of a community calendar announcement or two and more. We'll get into a couple of areas of growth tonight. First off, the Citizens National Corporation, which is the holding company for Citizens National Bank of Paintsville, one of our sponsors, and People's Security Bank Corp., the holding company for the People's Security Bank of Louisa, have announced this week jointly their agreement that People's Security is going to be acquired by Citizens for about $663.15 per share in a merger involving People's Security and a Citizens subsidiary. The cash and note transaction, they say, is subject to shareholder and regulatory approval and is expected to close before the end of the first quarter of next year. Through its subsidiary, Citizens National Bank of Paintsville operates 11 offices throughout Boyd, Carter, Floyd, Greenup, Johnson, Magoffin, and Pike counties with about $525 million in assets and $417 million in deposits. People's Security Bank of Louisa operates 2 offices in Lawrence County and has about $48 million in assets and $41 million in deposits. President and CEO of People's Security says that this is an excellent fit for both companies as they share a similar commitment to their customers, employees, and the communities they serve. V. Burton Bellamy, President and CEO of Citizens, in the following release to us says, quote, "This acquisition is going to allow us to expand financial services and product offerings to the new and current customers within Lawrence County." And on the note of growth, it's booming at the University of Pikeville, and that's not a news flash. We've been talking about it in various different reports over the past few years. It's almost exponential. Tomorrow is the last day of open registration at the University of Pikeville campus, the 5th straight year of record-setting enrollment numbers. That's pretty significant. Also is the fact that the University of Pikeville has been named one of the, quote, fastest growing colleges by the Chronicle of Higher Education. Take, for example, this story here that I showed you back in May when I was on campus to talk about their announcement of their new School of Optometry. Now, as for the Chronicle's Almanac of Higher Education 2014, which publishes data and trends in higher education, UPike was ranked 20th across the entire nation among private baccalaureate institutions from 2002 through 2012. During that time, the University of Pikeville experienced a 69.2% increase in enrollment, going from 1,201 to 2,032 students. Just last fall, total enrollment topped 2,300, increasing for a 4th consecutive year. And as I told you, those numbers have gone into their 5th year. University administrators are optimistic that the upward trajectory will continue when students return to classes on August the 25th, and indeed they are. President Dr. James Hurley says, quote, "The Chronicle of Higher Education is among the most respected resources in higher education, and we're pleased to earn a designation as one of the fastest growing institutions." He says, "Our significant growth has continued beyond the Chronicle's timeline and is a testament to the value of a UPike degree." He says, "We believe the numbers speak volumes about our personal approach to education and the student experience. What better way to begin," he says, "our 125th year as a school of opportunity founded to serve the youth of the mountains." With students from 44 states and 21 countries, UPike offers 27 majors and 9 pre-professional programs, including an MBA and Master of Science in Sport Management from the Coleman College of Business and a Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree from the Kentucky College of Osteopathic Medicine. Education partnerships have also been established with the Yanbian University of Science and Technology and Beijing University of Agriculture in China. And in 2014, the university announced, of course, as you've seen here, the Kentucky College of Optometry, and expects to welcome the inaugural class of optometry students in 2016.
Today, there's a lot of choices when it comes to picking out your new smartphone, but there is an easy answer. Appalachian Wireless has put all smartphones on sale for the entire month. Right now, you can get any smartphone at half price. That includes the HTC M8, the Samsung GS5, and even the shiny gold one that people are willing to stand in line for. Every smartphone, half price, now through the end of the month. Now that's pretty smart. Appalachian Wireless, better service, bigger savings.
Livers or gizzards, gizzards or livers, or you can have both, and you can have them any day of the week, or you can have them for under $5 when they're Friday special at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. On Fridays, get a liver or gizzard or liver and gizzard dinner for only $4.59, $3.99 after 4 o'clock. Only at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Everybody wants a DQ ice cream cake for their birthday, but what about when it's not your birthday or someone's that you know? Problem solved. Get that same creamy chocolate and vanilla soft serve fudge and those awesome chocolate crunchies in our new cupcakes made just for one or maybe two. And if you only like the cookie a little, you're still going to absolutely love the Chips Ahoy Blizzard of the Month, all where you get the $5 lunch and breakfast till 11 in the a.m. Monday through Thursday and till noon Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and everything else on the menu from open till close. Your Sagersville DQ.
If you have been in a serious wreck, do you really think that you are in good hands of the insurance companies when you have lost wages, medical bills, and pain and suffering from your head to your toes? The answer is no. If you want to truly be in good hands, give me a call. I'm attorney Donald Wayne McFarland. Let me put my 20 years of experience in working to protect the rights of injured people to work for you. 349-9000.
Spend less time waiting or in line for your prescriptions or refills and get the care you need with the quality and convenience that matters most at Parkway Pharmacy, your exclusive provider of the finest in vitamins and supplements by Windmill Vitamins. Come in or drive through 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday or call Parkway Pharmacy 349-4400.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Sagersville National lets you go mobile with their new banking app. That's right, you can view your account and balance, transfer money, pay bills, and yes, deposit checks right from your phone from wherever you are. Just download the Sagersville National Bank app on your Android, iPad, iPhone, or other device. Any phone that can connect to the internet has the capability, and you can start saving time and money today with Sagersville National Bank's new mobile app. Wherever you are, we're there for you at Sagersville National Bank. This next story goes back to July of 1991, perhaps even a little bit farther back than that. That was when St. Luke's Catholic Church here in Magoffin County officially opened. It did so with the donation of a piece of property by a woman who had been married to a local doctor, of which our community center in Sagersville is named. She had attended a Catholic orphanage earlier in her youth and had come to Magoffin County later. That same church was, as we all well know, completely destroyed by the tornado of March the 2nd. And it's been a long 26 months, correction, it was a long 26 months just to begin the rebuilding process. A process which is getting pretty close to being done. I'll save the before and after comparison until they're completed with St. Luke's, the before version being the morning after the tornado. But it's obvious that after total devastation and much delay, also known as red tape, that St. Luke's has nearly risen again. Not necessarily from the ashes, but most certainly from the rubble. 26 months from the time the tornado struck and wiped out St. Luke's until they were able to just break ground on this new facility. Now only a few months away from their first service in their new 6,000 square foot facility and church that is Category 4 tornado proof, a structure they say that's going to better serve St. Luke's and the congregation and the community.
We have included all of what we had on the property before. The first end is outreach, the open door, the food pantry, community room that will be used to hold meetings such as NA and AA, the church proper. This end is the classroom end. There are 2 small classrooms and a conference room.
So this is going to greatly improve your all's outreach.
We feel like it's going to be a big, big help to the community because the size of the clothing store now has increased so much, and the food pantry size, of course, different groups will be able to use our community room. Different groups in the community can be used for so many things. The donors have, early on, provided all of the fill to make this a reality. They're still contributing. We have to have diocesan insurance, and the insurance, we have to stay within the budget, but the insurance was beneficial, so we do have to go in debt. But they're still, like Vicki said, wish list.
Yeah, and we're going to have this tree in the church that the leaves is going to have the donors' names on it. And I think now we're up to 160 leaves maybe. 176. There have been more since I heard.
The outside progress you saw. Here's inside. Studded walls, some gorgeous, beautiful, donated, stained glass windows. And it is still obviously a work in progress. A lot of electrical, insulation, sheetrock, you know the drill. But it is one that they hope will be culminated maybe by around the holiday season. It's also at that time, if not before, that we'll be checking back in with our friends at St. Luke's. A lot of excitement is just building every day at the site. They have not let it slow down their service even for the first day since the tornado. And I suspect that this structure is going to help them continue that trend in more ways than we could ever imagine. I still got top headlines, an update on the driver involved in a really serious rock truck accident on a strip job in Magoffin County last evening, as well as everything you need to know if you're going to go to the football game in Magoffin County tomorrow night. It's a bowl game, first game of the season, and I don't have to tell you where it's going to be played, but you need to hear what we've got to tell you as far as getting in and getting to the game. But for now, here's tonight's community calendar brought to you by Magoffin Farm Bureau. Starting off with some birthday wishes. The first, a belated 77th, it says, to Maggie Helton with tons of love from tons of family and friends. Maggie's birthday was yesterday. She's now 77 and a day. Happy birthday to you, Maggie. I've also got birthday wishes going out to one more person tonight. It says a special birthday wish, please, goes out to Natalie Gamble. Natalie Gamble, happy birthday. From a host of family and friends who want to wish you the best. And I'm going to have to find some sort of music to, it's hard to go from that. I just love that song and it works perfect for birthdays, but then you go from that to just that. It's kind of a rough transition. Nevertheless, this is where I suspect a lot of you are going to be tomorrow night. And I'll be taking you there in a few moments. We'll talk with head coach Scotty McCoy, and we'll have a few details, as I said, about what you need to know about parking and getting in and how you don't have to pay and all those sorts of things in just a few moments when we talk about tomorrow night's bowl game here in Magafa County. But first, we've got further announcements on the community calendar. The first one is going to start with a lunch and learn lesson. You can eat, you can learn, and you can do it all at our Magafa County Cooperative Extension Office tomorrow at noon. They're going to be talking about plating it up. And I'm sure that has to do with something along the lines of a big plate of food. Lunch and learn. Healthy cooking, tasty cooking, and that's their goal. And they're going to start tomorrow at noon for their latest session. 349-3216. It's free. Lunch is served. No excuses. Stop in on your break and spend a little time with them at their Lunch and Learn at the Magafa County Extension Office. Heritage Days, as they're called this year. The festival's coming up here in Magafa County next week. Wow. Anyway, pageant signups, and I'll be talking about the schedule and the festival itself here a little later on. But pageant signups for anyone 12 and under is tomorrow from 4 to 6 at the Sayersville Renaissance program. Then Sunday 4 to 6 and Monday 4 to 6:30, all at the Sayersville Renaissance building. It is $20 per pageant entry. And a free bow hunters education class is coming up at our extension office. It's not until September the 6th, but you need to pre-register. It's for anyone 9 years of age and older. Call 349-3216. That's our extension office here in Magafa County to register, and they'll get your name in. And it's a Shoes for Haiti 5K Glow Run Walk. You can pre-register by August the 29th with the New Generation Church, and if you do, you get the coolest of t-shirts. It is a run walk. You can run walk. You can just donate if you like. They're raising money for Shoes for Haiti. It's not until September the 26th, but like I said, pre-register by Friday the 29th. You get that super cool t-shirt. You can pre-register by calling the numbers there on the bottom of your screen. And you can call me anytime you've got a calendar announcement, birthday, anniversary, or otherwise, and I'll tell everybody. And I won't charge you a dime because that's just the way it ought to be. Your News Today, P.O. Box 1443 in Sayersville. Phone, fax, email, Facebook, or just drop it off at the newsroom. It all works. Funeral services this Thursday start in honor of 61-year-old Barbara Ann Arnott of Sayersville, who passed away on yesterday's date, the daughter of the late Pat Arnott and Lottie Vance. She was married to Elvin Dookie Arnott, who preceded her in death. Now, she's survived by son Gary Neal Arnott and daughter Karen Renee Arnott Cole. Visitation is this evening, all day tomorrow, and until services. They begin Saturday morning at 11, all of which, that's visitation and services, from the Magafa County Funeral Home. Burial is going to follow services at the Arnott Cemetery at Middle Fork. Once again, in honor of 61-year-old Barbara Ann Arnott of Sayersville. And our dear, sweet little friend Lizzie Lemaster, Elizabeth Meade Lemaster, has passed away at the age of 103. Arrangements are still being made in her honor. They'll be announced very soon, and I suspect tomorrow, on behalf of the Magafa County Funeral Home, who's in charge of all arrangements. And this final announcement to be said in loving memory of James Harold Holland on what would have been his 48th birthday. And I believe that was for yesterday's programming. With a great deal of love from his mother, brothers, and sisters, in memory of James Holland. Save big at Premier Auto. An 02 Hyundai Sonata, only $37.50. An 07 Pontiac G5, only $39.50. And an 09 Buick LaCrosse, just $99.50. An 06 Rhino, only 1,200 miles, just $69.50. And 100 miles per gallon, no driver's license, and no insurance needed. New scooters cut $500 to just $995 at Premier Auto in Paintsville. Get ready, baby, or get baby ready with a simply adorable selection at the seasonal shop with bibs and blankets and bags, onesies and jammies, the cutest of outfits and matching accessories for Thing 1, Thing 2, or Thing 3. Hooded bath towels by Zucchini, bubble bath paints, blocks, bears, puzzles, picture frames, and shelves and shelves and shelves more. Find an absolutely perfect gift for the most precious of gifts at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Salyersville. Regardless of where you want to ride, you could be riding on a brand new Kawasaki or Polaris for less at M&M Power Sports in Staffordsville. New Kawasaki's for the dirt, the street, or both, and ATVs and side-by-sides for every stage of enthusiasts to fish, hunt, haul, or play. And with rebates up to $1,300 and financing as low as 3.99%, it's never been easier to ride it, buy it, and start your next adventure at Kentucky's Power Sports Authority since 1964, M&M Power Sports. Wheel alignments, oil changes, brakes, suspension work, and tires. Thousands of tires by all the major manufacturers, all in stock and at incomparable prices. All backed with 33 years of service and experience, the area's largest tire selection, and 6 months no interest at Conley's in Paintsville.
With a low-rate mortgage from Citizens National Bank, you can downsize your mortgage payment, not your home. New home or refi, Citizens gives you the personal service you deserve. And no gotcha fine print. Just low rates. Stop by your nearest branch to apply today. Citizens National Bank. We take banking personally. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's for you to relax and get away, or a place for all the kids to splash and play, or both, keep cool in your new pool with Baker's Pool Supply of Irvin. Nearly 40 years of experience and the highest quality products and services at prices the competition can't touch. Plus parts, cleaning, chemicals, repair, service, and maintenance for any pool of any age you already own. All for in-ground install specials at 1-800-633-7102 or go to bakerspoolsupply.com. Join everyone at Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center this August in wishing the happiest of birthdays to the people we care for the most, your family and ours. To our residents and staff, happy birthday.
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Montgomery County 911 received a call last night shortly after or around 9:30. A call reporting an overturned rock truck on a strip job in the Tip Top area of Montgomery County. The driver, still inside at the time of the call, fortunately was out upon arrival of emergency personnel. He was taken to an area hospital. We also have an update on his condition tonight, which is perhaps just as serious as rescue and emergency personnel thought last night.
Well, it's certainly an unmistakable sight. I tried to get an idea on the tonnage of how much the vehicle weighed today, and I never could get the information, but we all know that it's one of the heaviest pieces of machinery in operation in these parts and elsewhere for that matter. Nevertheless, it was loaded last night with rock and earth and was in the process of backfilling. The driver had backed up to the embankment, and before he could start to dump his load over into the fill area, the earth beneath him gave way. It was not a situation of a shifting of the load with his bed going up. Literally, the earth gave way beneath him, and it tumbled over backwards and onto its top, as you see here. Upon arrival of emergency personnel, paramedics with TranStar deemed that he should be airlifted to a trauma center for the severity of his injuries. He was alert and conscious, but he was complaining of severe back pain and showed some signs of back trauma. He was taken by ambulance to the Paul B. Hall Medical Center. I spoke with Montgomery County Rescue Squad Captain Carter Conley a few moments ago. He confirmed that since then, the driver of the truck, and I've had a hard time getting a name and his origins, if he was from the local area or not. So I'm not including those details at this time because they're just not for certain, but I have confirmed that he suffered 5 broken vertebrae to his lower back as well as at least 1 rib and was taken to the St. Mary's Medical Center in Huntington, West Virginia as a result.
I don't think I have to remind everyone, but it's kickoff time here in Montgomery County and across the board in Kentucky for high school football season. But it's a little more special here for the Hornets as they kick off a brand new season at their brand new home tomorrow night. Now, I'm suspecting there's going to be a bigger crowd than ever for a whole lot of obvious reasons. One, everybody gets in free tomorrow night. You do so in honor of the first game on their new field.
Oh man, the best practice we've had since I've been here for 8 years come on the first day that we actually got to practice up here. It was a defensive day. It's going to be a practice I'll never forget. There was so much excitement. Kids were ready. We were in full pads. The heat didn't bother nobody. It was just a great practice. Boys flying around, having a good old time, and that's what it's about. That's why these facilities are here. They're here for the football team, for the community. It's just we're excited. It is the Heritage Day Bowl. We're going to play South Floyd. It opens up at 7:30. Admission is free. Anybody who comes in gets in free. Just come enjoy some exciting football. It's a bowl game, first game of the season, first home game of the season, and as the shirts say, from the dirt to the turf.
And I love that, from the dirt to the turf. And this is what it's looking like up there today. And here's what you need to know. This is, of course, still a construction site. It's still a little bit on top of the hill, most definitely down at the bottom of the hill. They're even actually drilling right now, laying some foundation work for the new school. And it's just a beginning construction project site, and it's going to be a mess there for a while, and they're trying to make accommodations. So they'll have two entrances. One will be an entrance and an exit when the school is built, but as you turn onto the blacktop off of 114, there will be two large gravel lots, and that's where parking is going to be for tomorrow night's game. They will be running two school buses from those lots up the hill and up to the football site. They're not going to have any parking up at the top of the hill except for the handicap spots that are there, and they're reserving the parking for other individuals. There's going to be a lot of company coming, so to speak. The ribbon cutting ceremony, as Coach McCoy mentioned, at 7 is going to be there in part by, well, we expect some of our legislators and other leaders, and they'll have parking marked off for them. The stairs, as you saw, are not open. They are closed because the handrail has not been established as of yet, and then the bottom of them, the pad leading up to them, is not there yet. However, there is some tailgating space in one of the parking lots. The main parking lot here is going to be closed to most of the general public due to all the other special visitors that we have on this one occasion. However, you're still going to be able to tailgate tomorrow night and throughout the season. At the opposite end of the home stands, well, there's a gravel parking lot down there, kind of hard to see. There's a road that leads up to it, and that's where the tailgaters will get to hang out for the game. Now, keep in mind, Montgomery County School Superintendent Stanley Holbrook, who was in meetings today and gave me some information that I'm talking to you about here tonight over the telephone, says it is a temporary situation, and they're going to try to accommodate everyone as best as possible. And that, of course, includes running the buses up the hill, trying to keep everyone out of the mud and safe, and getting everyone to on top of the hill just in time for the game. It's going to be a bit of a patient situation, he says, hopefully for everyone involved. But nevertheless, ribbon cutting ceremony at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. It's going to be rather short and sweet, so you'll want to get there a few minutes beforehand. And then kickoff is at 7:30. We're going to be anxiously awaiting kickoff and everything that happens thereafter for tonight and the rest of the season and years to come. Now to put the wrap on things this Thursday, I'm going to do so with showers and storms pulling out of the viewing area. Everybody, yay! Let me check I picked up 6/10, almost 7/10 of an inch in those storms and showers that rolled through earlier this afternoon, and that's on top of already some above average rainfall, to say the very least. Now, your forecast, as I mentioned at the start of the show, has changed. It's ebbed off the 90, 92-degree real temperatures for the first start of next week, but don't read too much into that because with all the humidity in play, I don't know that you're really going to be able to feel all that much of a difference. So tonight, we'll see clouds begin to part just a little. Mostly cloudy skies will still prevail. Temperatures around 69, and it looks to be dry, as you saw in radar conditions. Therefore, the rest of the evening, I'm keeping my fingers crossed as I say that literally. For tomorrow on your Friday, we'll wrap up the work week for most everyone with a little dense fog, a few areas of it at least before 9 o'clock in the morning. Partly sunny skies, temperatures right around 90. Heat index values tomorrow, I put them at 96, 97 degrees. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. It's going to feel like you're somewhere way down in the tropics. And that's going to be the trend. And that low of 9 is obviously a misprint. You might almost wish so that it wasn't. But nevertheless, Saturday's high is 87. The low is supposed to be 69. A little fog in the morning again. Partly sunny skies. That chance of showers and thunderstorms continues all the way through the forecast. Even on Sunday, when we thought that the chances of those were just going to lessen off and give us just some clear dry days, albeit hot and humid, we're still going to have an impact from a threat of showers and thunderstorms on Sunday into your Monday. Temperatures right now, instead of 90, 91, closer to 87. I'm not saying a few folks won't get in on some very upper 90s and the 90-degree mark, but as of right now, they've backed off just a bit. But the humidity, once again, is going to have conditions up there so much that you're barely going to be able to notice that little of a difference. Things will start to gradually wane, though, as far as temperatures are concerned. By Tuesday, a high of 86. Still a small threat of some showers and thunderstorms. Wednesday, same old song and dance, 85. Mostly sunny, chance of showers and storms, 84 on your Thursday. Temperatures still dropping a degree a day. Where they go after that, well, doesn't sound very professional of me, but your guess is almost as good as mine. Thank you all for being a part of the program. We'll see you back here tomorrow, wrapping up a big week of news at Your News Today. Good night.